Don't begin. The World Cup don't start. A lot of teams, some teams have not yet played, while some has already played their match. We've already been seeing surprises like Australia defeating Turkey 2-0. Then Switzerland getting a draw with Qatar, unexpected result. Then Japan being able to hold Netherlands down to a 2-2 draw. One of those things that I've really suspected that in this World Cup so far is that there's no small team. There is no small country right now. It's like every country now has begun to like develop that football is something that everybody loves and everybody can actually participate. That you want to participate, you can actually compete on the highest level. That is what is happening right now. Because how you now tell me that imagine Switzerland getting a 1-1 draw with Qatar? Who believe that? Then Prikao was able to score one goal against Germany, deny Germany clean sheet despite the wiping and the rest. That is one thing that I will tell you, that football is something like everybody now is now begin to like, I'm not small, I can actually play this football. The way you can play it, I can actually play it. But it not depends on the level of your maturity, the level of you being exposed, the kind of league that you're actually playing. So the level of coach, the level of exposure, that technically and gifted how you are. Because right now, let's take for example, let's say from the first match, Mexico against South Africa. You can see that there's a lot of competition in that game. Mexico actually come outside, they want to play football, while South Africa came to actually to defend. Because you starting with 5-man defense shows that you want to defend, you don't want to attack too much. Then collecting red cards, and that is how it is. Then one of the game that shows you that there is no pushover in this tournament again is Ecuador against Cote d'Ivoire. The game was so balanced, two of them were attacking each other, nobody fear anyone, everybody just want score. And at the end of it, Cote d'Ivoire was able to come out 1-0 win over Ecuador, thanks to Amad Diallo goals. That shows you that Africa is no longer that same Africa that you know, that they don't want to win. That inferiority factors, that okay, this person is superior more than me, has gone. Nobody dey fear anybody, because right now every member, each member of those team, each player actually playing in a very big league. Imagine Morocco is holding Brazil down, the almighty Brazil, busting the midfield, playing the midfield, controlling the tempo of the game. Thanks to Vinicius goal, if not so, that game would have ended in a loss for Brazil. And that shows you that any player can actually come up and spring a surprise. Benshi Amrabat in that kind of caliber of match is something that everybody was like sitting down to watch. What is going to happen? Despite everything that has been happening, that despite the politics and the rest, visa denial, everything, ref denial, and everything, but this World Cup is still one of the best World Cups so far. In terms of performance, it's still one of the best World Cups so far. There's no major upset like that. Everybody believes that okay, I can do it. Except Curacao, all of us know that when you compare the level of Curacao to Germany, they are far, far, far ahead. Millions times ahead. Because before you can defeat someone 7-1 in these modern days, at least you know that this person is not good. And that's exactly what should. So Germany is far, far ahead of Curacao. That's why they're able to score 7 goals. But one of the major things that surprised everyone is that Curacao was able to deny Germany a clean sheet. Who could believe that? They were able to score 1 goal. Look at how they celebrate that 1 goal. Look at how joyful they are because they were able to manage to score 1 goal. And one of those games that I love mostly is Morocco versus Brazil so far. That game is entertaining. That game is balanced. At least they will tell you that game just show the difference between quality, have an individual quality, then and a teamwork. Morocco actually played that game with a teamwork, team-minded, let's play together, let's achieve something together. But Brazil, they actually played that match, they don't have that teamwork. Their midfield was so open, their defense is also partnership of Marquinhos and Saliba. Maybe this is the first time two of them are actually starting competitive match together. Maybe along the line they can form that partnership like that Saliba and Grebe or Marquinhos Pachu. Yes, but if you check the first goal, if you check the first goal of that Sabari, two of them are actually on that guy, and that guy were able to still score that ball. Then in the midfield was so porous. Casemiro is no longer that kind of man that you can rely on in that midfield, because this guy age is telling on him. The legs are no longer there. So you need another person, another fresh blood that can actually do the work more than Casemiro in that midfield. What about the striking position? Igor Thiago was being picked over Joao Pedro, and now everybody is now coming outside that this Igor Thiago is not good, they should have picked Joao Pedro. But this same Igor Thiago at Brentford managed to score more than 20 goals. Even though you remove the penalty shoot, even though you remove the penalties, but this guy was still able to score more than 11 goals. More than 11 goals. That shows you that picking Igor Thiago is not something that you can just say is bad. Because if you check the stats, this guy has more goals than Joao Pedro. Forget the fact that Joao Pedro is actually playing for Chelsea. He has more quality players. He's been exposed. So he has a lot of world stars playing around him. Then compared to Igor Thiago, that majority of those players at Brentford, they are average players. And he was able to produce that kind of number of goals. One thing that you are going to consider as a football manager too. Yes, they will know that, okay, all that thing. What about the Japanese team? They never agreed. They never bowed down to that one. They never agreed. At the time I was saying in one of my previous videos that Japan, they are not that tall. But the way they are still crossing the ball, you think that they are very tall. And yet they still manage to score from that crossing. They're equalizing goal. They still manage to score from that crossing. That shows you that this football is a something of mentality. It's what you believe in that you can do. What you believe that you can achieve, you surely achieve it. Because imagine you are playing against Netherlands. Majority of the players are very tall. They are big. Is it the Van Dijk? Is it Van Enke? Is it Cody Gakpo? Is it Kobe Miners? All of them. Mention them. They are very big and tall. Even their defense. But yet, those Japanese boys were still able to find out those spaces and make use of it. They utilize it. That shows you that anybody can actually perform. You can actually do anything. It doesn't matter. A lot of the big boys have not played. Maybe from tomorrow you see the big boys, the likes of France, Argentina, Portugal, and England. And who tells you that might not be a surprise? Because with the way the World Cup is going now, all these smaller teams, they don't want to agree. They don't want to agree. They don't want to accept. You at least out of these four, maybe one major upset might actually come out, and that shows you that nobody won't agree. Nobody won't agree. Imagine USA trashing Paraguay 4-1. USA trashing Paraguay 4-1, and that is it. So football right now in this World Cup, one thing that I've learned is that everybody came fully prepared. Nobody won't agree for anybody. You come outside and play football, you too, you come outside and play football. If you want to defeat me, I defeat you. And there's no team that is actually playing around football. From match day 1 till now, there's no team that is actually playing around football. Let me sit at home, I counter my opponent and get the goal and defend. Because majority of them right now come outside and play football, even though you want to kill me. Look at Germany. Despite the fact that Germany are scoring goals, those guys still come outside and they want to score. That is it. They come outside, they want to score. So far, right now, there's no around football. Everybody is playing beautiful football. Come outside, let's play, and this. So let's now watch England. What they are going to do. Maybe they will be able to maintain those patterns. Because, as a matter of fact, England will never win 5-0, 6-0. The highest you can see that England is winning is 1-0, 2-0. Maybe anything just happen, they will win 3-0, 3-1, 3-2. Then France, those hype around them, let's see what they can do. Then Spain, the La Roja boys, let's see. Maybe these 4 countries that have not played, they end up also forget Portugal. Last dance for Roro and Lionel Messi. Let's see what these 2 of them are going to do. Watch out for that, the completion of the first round of FIFA World Cup.